My wife gave me a gift that every man dreams of. But it wasn't what you might think. I'm Richard. I've been married to Eleanor for 32 years now. We raised 3 kids in our little house on Maple Street. Watched them grow up and move away to start their own lives. These days, it's just the 2 of us and our old golden retriever Chester. Eleanor has always been the heart of our home. She's one of those people who makes friends wherever she goes. The mailman stops to chat with her. The checkout lady at the grocery store lights up when she says Eleanor coming. She has this gift of making people feel seen and heard. About 6 months ago, Eleanor started talking about her friend Linda. They'd met at the community center during a watercolor painting class. Linda was going through a divorce after 25 years of marriage. Pretty rough situation. Her husband had left her for someone younger. You hear about these things, but it hits different when it's someone you know. Eleanor started inviting Linda over for coffee, then for dinner. Pretty soon Linda was at our house 2 or 3 times a week. I didn't mind. She seemed like a nice enough lady. Quiet, sad eyes but a kind smile. She'd help Eleanor in the garden and they'd talk for hours on the back porch. One Saturday morning I was in the garage working on an old lamp I was trying to fix. It's become my hobby in retirement. Fixing things gives me something to do with my hands. Eleanor came out and sat down on the old wooden stool we keep out there. She had that look on her face. The one that means she's been thinking about something important and she's ready to talk about it. Richard, she said, I want to talk to you about something. I put down my screwdriver and gave her my full attention. After 3 decades of marriage you learn when your wife needs you to really listen. Linda's been having a hard time, she said. The divorce, the loneliness, she's struggling. And I've been thinking. She paused and looked at me with those eyes that have seen me through every phase of my life. Every triumph and failure, every joy and sorrow. What if we helped her feel less alone, she said. What if we showed her that she's still valued, still beautiful, still worthy of kindness and attention? He nodded. Of course, he said. We can invite her over more often. Maybe help her fix up her apartment. Eleanor shook her head gently. That's not quite what he means, she said. Then she explained what she had in mind. At first I'll admit I was confused. Then uncomfortable. Then he really had to sit with what she was asking. Eleanor wanted me to take Linda out. To make her feel attractive again. To give her some of the attention and care that her ex-husband should have given her all along. Not anything inappropriate. Just kindness. Genuine human warmth. Someone treating her like she mattered. Eleanor saw the wheels turning in my head. I know you, Richard, she said. I know your heart. I trust you completely. This isn't about anything but compassion. Linda needs to remember that she's worth something. That someone can look at her and see the beautiful person she is. I thought about it for a long time. Days actually. I talked to Eleanor about it more. Asked questions. Made sure I understood. And slowly I began to see what she was really asking. She was asking me to be part of an act of radical kindness. To help heal someone who was hurting. So he said yes. He started small. Asked Linda if she wanted to go get ice cream one afternoon. Took her to the little shop downtown where they still make it fresh. We sat at one of those small metal tables and talked. Really talked. About her life. Her dreams when she was young. What she hoped for now. Then Eleanor suggested I take Linda to dinner. There's this Italian place in town. Family. Owned for 40 years. Red checkered tablecloths and candles in wine bottles. I made a reservation, picked Linda up at her apartment, held the door for her, pulled out her chair, listened to her stories, and something remarkable happened. I saw Linda transform. Not physically tough, she did start taking more care with her appearance. But something inside her began to heal. She laughed more, held her head higher, started talking about taking a trip she'd always wanted to take. Maybe signing up for a pottery class. Eleanor would smile when I'd come home and tell her about my time with Linda. She'd ask questions, want to know what we talked about. And I realized something. This gift wasn't just for Linda. It was for me too. Eleanor was showing me that love isn't about possession or jealousy. It's about trust and generosity. It's about being big enough to want good things for others even when it's uncomfortable or unconventional. One evening the 3 of us were sitting on our back porch. The sun was setting. Chester was asleep at our feet. Linda looked at both of us with tears in her eyes. You two have given me my life back, she said. Not because of anything fancy or expensive. Just because you saw me. You treated me like I was worth your time and care. That's a gift I'll never forget. Eleanor reached over and squeezed her hand. Then she squeezed mine. We all sat there in the golden light of the evening. Three people who had learned something about what it means to be human. To be kind. To be brave enough to love in ways that don't fit into neat little boxes. I'm 63 years old now. I've learned a lot in my years. But these past 6 months taught me something I didn't expect to learn at my age. Real love is big enough to include other people. It's secure enough to give without fear. It's brave enough to do the uncomfortable thing because it's the right thing. My wife gave me a gift that every man dreams of. Not what you might think when you first hear that. She gave me the gift of becoming a better person. Of expanding my understanding of what it means to love and be loved. Of learning that sometimes the most profound assets of intimacy are the ones where we help each other heal the world one broken heart at a time. Linda still comes over for dinner. She's doing much better now. Started dating someone she met at that pottery class. But we're all still close. Still friends. Still part of each other's lives in this unexpected beautiful way. And Eleanor, my Eleanor, she's still the heart of everything. Still teaching me after all these years what it really means to love someone. Completely, fearlessly, with a generosity that makes the world a little bit better.